What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central. In today's episode, I'll be talking about the Bulls signing Ryan Bates to the offer sheet, as well as the signing of Trevor Siemian to a 2-year deal, and what that could mean for Nick Foles, and if the Bears can even really get anything back for Nick Foles right now. We'll get into all that and some more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central.
All right, I'm holding it down. Me solo today. No Cognac Boys, unfortunately. We'll see the next time we can get. I wanted to get this news up, and we'll see if we can get a full episode out to you guys before the end of the weekend or when we can. But with that being said, we have updates and news made with the Chicago Bears. The Bears have signed Trevor Siemian to a 2-year deal to be the backup quarterback. Now, what that means for Nick Foles, you guys know, if you've been watching this channel / listening to this podcast since we started, I can't stand Nick Foles. So the Bears are now open to trading Nick Foles, which they should have been anyway, in my opinion. What can they get back? What can they realistically get back for Nick Foles? That remains to be seen. There are this offseason in the NFL so far, and it really hasn't been going on long. We haven't even gotten to the draft yet. Has been one of the craziest off seasons with moves. It's almost been like an NBA offseason in a way, with the number of big names that have been moved. We may never see this again in the number of names that can be moved. Now, why am I talking about that? I don't know, because Nick Foles is definitely not a big name. But with that being said, what can the Bears look to get back for Nick Foles? Really, you know, the thing that worries me about what they can get back is that, let's say that a team would move some draft capital for Nick Foles. It's like, would they rather take a look at a quarterback around that point that's late in there rather than go after Nick Foles? Now, he does offer some veteranship, and, you know, depending on what the team may needs, but I don't know if the Bears can really get back anything significant for Nick Foles. Now, hey, maybe Ryan Poles pulls something out. Maybe it's another just cost-saving move. We'll see if if anything that we can get back, or if they even ended up trading Nick Foles. It may be that they just kind of let him walk and have to cut him. You know, his guarantee money, I think, is already paid, so that it's not really going to save the Bears much money to trade him anyway. Let me know what you guys think down below. What are some of the moves that you would like to see the Bears make when it comes to Nick Foles? Who do you think, or what do you think they can really and realistically get back for Nick Foles in a potential deal? Let me know all that down below. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The Bears have signed Ryan Bates to an offer sheet. Now, as of the signing, I think the signing went down on the 24th. And with the Bills having 5 days to match, I will leave them the 29th to match that deal. We're only a few days away from them having to make that call on if they're going to match that offer sheet or not. And this is Ryan Poles doing another smart decision, you know, a calculated risk. If they do end up getting Ryan Bates on this offer sheet, it's not huge money. It makes sense. It's a position of need for the Bears. And if they end up not, if the Bills do end up matching, you know, they can do something with that as well. So we'll see what ends up happening with this. By everything that I've read and looked into so far, it's kind of thought that the Bears are going to end up getting Bates, and I hope that they do. You know, we need to shore up that offensive line, especially for Justin Fields, as we look to really have a year of just seeing what we have in him, a year for him to improve, a year for him to work through his ups and downs. So, you know, with all that being said, you know, anything that really helps that offensive line, I'm going to be all down for. It's just this offseason we may look back on this after the season and say this is one of the most underrated off seasons that we've ever had as Bears fans, or it may be something that we're just like, hey, Ryan Poles is kind of just kicking the can down the street and really looking for. And either way, I do expect this team to make a lot of moves in next year's free agency. But, you know, when you see a lot of the other teams and other deals that have gone down, some of the crazy trades and crazy things teams have given up, you know, Ryan Poles has really held on to all of his cards, and he's going to have many of those cards heading into next offseason. And, you know, we'll see how some of these deals work out for other teams around the NFL. But, you know, I know everybody isn't as happy with the moves that Ryan Poles has made, and that makes sense. You shouldn't be, you know, just be happy with it just off the nature of your team making or not making deals. And a lot of Bears fans they don't want the whole wait and see approach. They want this team to compete now. And so, you know, it's not going to be that, right? But how they set this up, what do we see from Fields in this season? What do we see from growth, and how our defense ends up standing up? All those things remain to be seen, and this Bears team still has the draft to do a lot of things in as well. We'll see what they do in the draft. This has been a really interesting offseason, and I think we really won't be able to tell or judge this until really the season is over with. And maybe not even, realistically, we may not even really to be able to judge this free agency until we see what the Bears do next free agency with the money that they've saved. So all just thinking about all that, it remains to be interesting. But that's it. I wanted to give you guys a quick weekend update. Let me know what you guys think about all the topics down below. What do you think of the Bears offseason moves so far? What do you think about Ryan Bates? What do you think about the potential of trading Nick Foles, and if the Bears can get anything back from that? Let me know all that down below. Make sure you're also following us at Shy Bears Central on every social media platform that we're on, mainly Twitter. I need to get the IG going as well. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, any topics you'd like to hear us discuss. Get your thoughts off on anything, and that's at chicagobearscentral@gmail.com. And then last, if you want to leave us a voicemail about the Bears, the number to do so is 773-270-2799. That's it for me for today, guys. Me and the Cognac Boys will get up with you very, very soon. Shout out to them, by the way. Make sure you guys are supporting the Cognac Boys. But that's it. See you guys later. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.